Dear students, today's topic is valence bond theory, in which we will study about the geometry of the coordination compound, and this is already similar to that of the molecular orbital theory, which you have studied in class 11th. So, the first point of this theory is central metal ion or atom in a complex makes available vacant orbitals for the formation of coordinate bond with ligands. That is central metal atom or ion. It makes available the vacant orbitals so that the ligands can be attached with the central metal atom or ion with the coordinate bond. The requisite number of atomic orbitals, whatever the orbitals required for the attachment of coordinate with the coordinate bond, that is the ligands, S, P and D, these three orbitals will be there, which will provide the vacant orbitals of the metal atom or ion hybridized to give a set of equivalent orbitals of definite geometry. So, there is a hybridization which already decided the geometry of the molecule. Coordination number, hybridization and geometry of the complex. If coordination number is 4, that is 4 ligands can be attached, and hybridization is sp3, that is 1 orbital of s and 3 orbital of p are available, then the geometry of molecule will be tetrahedral. You already have studied about it in class 11th in the formation of methane molecule, but there it is a covalent, and here we are going to study about the coordinate. The another one also have coordination number 4, that is the 4 orbitals, 1 of D, 1 of S and 2 of P, total 4 orbitals. The geometry will be a square planar. And if coordination number is 6, hybridization can be of two types, sp3d2, 6 orbitals, 1 of S, 3 of P and 2 of D, or this can be d2sp3, 2 of D, 1 of S and 3 of P. The complex geometry will be octahedral. So, since it is are of two types, so this can be called as inner d orbital or outer d orbital. Let us have a glance. It is cleared in part 3. D orbitals may be either inner d orbital, that is n minus 1 d, or outer d orbital, that is nd. N stand for the number of outermost shell. Suppose it is, if it is 4, then this will be 4d, and n minus 1d, that is the 3d. So, inner orbital will be 3d and outer orbital will be 4d. Fourth point, each ligand has at least one orbital containing a lone pair of electrons, and these lone pairs can be coordinated with the central metal atom. Fifth, the empty hybrid orbitals of metal atom or ion overlap with the filled orbital of the ligand to form coordinate bond. Sixth point, Hund's rule is strictly followed, that is we have to fill the electron first clockwise then anti-clockwise. But under the influence of a strong field ligand, the electrons may be forced to pair up against Hund's rule. That is, the electron which were unpaired in any orbitals can be paired under the influence of a strong field ligand. Now, the next is application of valence bond theory. Octahedral complexes. This will have the coordination number 6, that is 6 field ligands can be coordinate with the central metal atom or ion. Hybridization either may be D2sp3 or sp3d2. Now, first inner orbitals, that is it uses n-1d orbital, and this is also known as low spin complex. Second, outer orbital uses outer orbital, that is the nd, it is called as high spin complex, that is the higher energy level. Inner orbital low spin have lesser number of unpaired electrons in the orbitals, while outer orbital high spin have large number of unpaired electrons. Now we are going to see how it comes to the formation of octahedral complex. The first is formation of FeCN6 3- ion. The atomic number of Fe is 26. In ground state, when we place the electron according to Hund's rule, so we will get configuration as you are seeing in the picture: 1 paired up in 3D, 4 unpaired in 3D, and 1 paired in 4s. First of all, we have to fill the 4s, then 3D, right? So this will be like this. At excited state, this iron will lose 3 electrons. 3 electrons means that is 2 electrons of 4s and 1 anti-clockwise electron of 3d. So the all over charge will become 3 plus on the Fe. Now, in presence of strong field ligand, that is the cyanide, ammonia, these unpaired electrons get paired up, that is the 4th electron paired to the first one and 5th electron get paired to the second one of the 3d orbital, leaving behind 1 unpaired and 2 vacant orbital. So the hybridization will be D2sp3, that is the 6 orbitals, vacant orbitals are available, 2 of D, 1 of S and 3 of P. Now 6 cyanide having lone pairs can be attached directly by filling the orbitals of Fe. These 2 electrons of Cn filled up the 3d orbital of Fe. In this way, 6 Cn can be attached directly to the Fe. So Fe is the central metal atom and Cn, they are the ligands. So in this way, an octahedral complex will be formed. Due to 1 unpaired electron, the nature will be paramagnetic. Now come to the next, the formation of CONH3 3+ ion, cobalt atomic number 27. In ground state, this is filled in accordance with the Hund's rule, that is 2 electrons in first 3D, 2 electrons in second 3D, 3 unpaired electrons in the third, fourth and fifth orbital and 2 electron in 4s. This will also loses 3 electrons in excited state, that is 2 of 4s and 1 of 3D. Now under the influence of a strong field ligands such as amine group, these unpaired electron get paired up, that is the 4th one will get paired up to the second electron of 3D and fifth one get paired up with the third electron of 3d. So there will be 2 vacant orbitals of 3d. The configuration is still D2sp3. Now 6 amine having one lone pair get directly attached with the cobalt with the coordination bond, giving their lone pairs.